So I've been in my kitchen concocting another taste test for my husband. I did a coffee taste test. He was able to guess the correct coffee maker, went with which coffee. And I also fed him breakfast bars, and he knew there was something off about them because I had crickets in some of them. His taste buds are phenomenal, and he's winning every taste test I give him. So I'm gonna give him the ultimate taste test, which involves whiskey, Wild Turkey 101 specifically. He thinks that anything that's not aged, like over a decade, is swill. They can cost upwards up to $150. Why not just go with 101, my preferred choice? I'm gonna test him on it. I'm gonna see if he could tell the difference between Wild Turkey 101 and Wild Turkey 101 that has been flavored with these Whisky Elements. It's a piece of oak meant to flavor like a low-end whiskey and make it taste more expensive. I took Wild Turkey 101, I took 750 milliliters of it, I placed it in this pitcher, and I added the little bar, and so far it's been in here for like 10 minutes. I thought it was worth the 15 bucks just to see if I can trick John. I also have two other test subjects. There are a couple. One is a previous bartender who doesn't believe in any drink over $12, and the other is a bartender that works at a very fancy bar, so she believes in the high-end drinks. I'm really curious about these three test subjects to the test, in which they're gonna taste different whiskeys and see if they can tell the difference between low-end, high-end, and even the difference between this versus this. Let the testing begin in 2 days. I went to the store and I bought some really cheap whiskey and some really expensive whiskey. It's actually aged 6 years, so I know my husband should love it because he loves anything that's aged. From this Taste Panel magazine in 2014, it got a score of 96. Yeah. And I also got this Kentucky Gentleman, and it cost like $8. It is dirt cheap. And it's not even really bourbon, it's like a blended whiskey. It has bourbon and spirits from the finest grains. And I got so excited that I made a chart. I figured out the price per milliliter, I wrote some notes, and you can see visually how cheap this one is compared to the most expensive. See? Bar charts, baby.
It's a little high on the rye side. Definitely tastes like a high proof. That's the highest proof. So I would think that'd be like your Wild Turkey 151 or whatever.
101.
Got the most burn at the end, the more smoky flavor, which would make me pin it as the most expensive. It would probably be your best as far as if you just want to take a shot and be able to feel it.
I don't think I like that at all.
Okay, you don't like it.
That one's higher in corn. It's a little bit lower proof. It's a little bit smoother.
Which one do you think is the highest end, like the most expensive out of the four?
I don't know, bourbon's so weird. I think maybe B. It's all about personal preference, just because I like a lot of rye and bourbon. I think this one has a higher rye content than these two.
Bravo's just your middle ground. And Bravo's going to be your third up.
But B, much smoother. Why are you squinting your eyes at me like you're
Are you sure about that?
Mm-hmm. B, I'm not sure about. Have I ever had this scotch or whiskey before?
I'm not telling you anything. That's the whole point.
Oh.
It's a blind taste test.
What's this? I think I like B the most.
You like B the most?
Nope, don't like B.
You don't like B?
No. Yes. It's smooth. I like it.
Okay.
This one almost tastes like nothing.
So what do you think is the low end?
I'm gonna go with C.
Okay.
I don't know.
Charlie is probably the second cheapest, mostly because it tastes a little bit more watered down, and no one's really looking for that as far as significant flavor goes.
That's watery as shit. It's alright. Not quite as much flavor, but it doesn't break my tongue.
As far as color goes, this one looks like the most aged.
Which one out of A and D do you think tastes better or is more expensive?
I would think that they'd be on a similar price point, but because this is a higher proof, I would think this one might be cheaper. This is barrel proof, I would think. And this one's not.
Delta is the sweeter of them all. If I were to just look for one on ice or something, this would definitely be the choice. Delta is probably your cheapest because of the sweetness, and obviously it's a lot easier to go ahead and sweeten something, which most people are going to like inherently.
What's wrong with it?
Well, first off, there's black specks in the bottom, which concerns me.
What's the lowest, worst tasting beer?
Between these two. This one just raped my mouth. This one was a pussy about it. I don't like it. I don't like Delta or
A
Alpha.
or D? Okay.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me what's the highest priced.
I don't care about the price. I care about the taste.
Okay.
That's not true.
Okay.
I found out I really don't like bourbon much.
I'm just asking you to restate what
I
you
know.
told me.
I know. And I'm trying to
Don't
remember
sound-
it.
You said C was watery, A and D said raped your mouth. Do you still agree with that?
Sure, let's go with that.
Okay, so you guys are gonna see what A was.
Knew it.
Knew it.
All right.
A was
Yeah.
the highest proof.
High proof.
B was the highest priced.
All right.
Bib Tucker. The Tasting Panel magazine gave it a score of 96. Has a nose of antiques, new saddle leather, chamomile. Soaked butterscotch drops and warm cinnamon kiss cedar.
Okay,
That's what you should have tasted.
Yeah.
Well, I tasted bourbon.
It tastes like middle ground.
Does it? This has
That bottle
this has a
cost
little
at
bit
least
more
50.
dynamic flavor to it than the other two.
Baby, that tastes like middle ground.
Here's C.
No.
Not okay with that one.
Kentucky Gentleman was the cheapest.
Yep.
$8 a bottle.
Woo.
Everyone said it was watered down. It's a blend of Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey and spirits from the finest grains.
What are the finest grains?
Where did these grains come from?
Okay,
That
this
is tea.
This is actually wild turkey, and John was right in that both of them raped his mouth because they're both wild turkey. But this one has Whisky Elements in it, which is a proprietary sourced oak that's supposed to accelerate the aging process. I think Alex won.
I didn't know it was a competition. Oh, it's on.
He was right, but then he didn't guess the prices right.
If you want to put me on the price of right, you're wrong.
He's going on personal preference.
I'm going to tell you what I like. I'm not going to tell you what deserves it.
Want to see my little
Proof.
chart?
We do. Don't forget to show the camera.
I did yesterday. Thank you.
Our
I
pleasure.
love you guys.
Thank you.
These are strong. This is hard.
Is it Connoisseur? Is it Scotch? Is it
You screwed me up. I knew it. You son of a